my goosey. She says, Mom, I've been here for hours. I'm so bored. Why are you still sitting at the computer? Well, baby, I'm done. I'm just waiting for one thing to load into the files, and then I'm good. I can close it down. Yeah. My name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello, welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. It's a long weekend. Going up to the lake. I got my hair done. Bangs are too short, but it's fine, they'll grow. I'm bringing Freya with me. I'm just bodying a bagel and we're leaving. My car's already packed, so we're going to the lake. Let's see how she does. What do you see out there, my love? Goose, are you happy here? You like the bed? You like this room? Yeah. Bella says I have other opinions. Hi, Bally. You're so sweet. You're a sweet girl. You're being very cute, very sweet, very considerate, but also extremely nosy and in the way. You're like, what's new? She says, I have a best friend up there, and that best friend is hiding under a pillow. But it's fine. Her tail's going, which she doesn't do when she's scared. So the tail is always in movement when she's totally at peace. So I think she likes having the pillow on her head. She did this herself. She decided this is where I'm gonna be today, thanks. Yeah. Freya! You feel safe under there? Yeah. She's my little lady. Look at this thing. She's so happy. Happy baby. Wow. Wow. Are you rolling around? Silly goose. Hey? What do you see out there, gorgeous? Are you locked in on the deers? Wow. The tail. What do you see? Huh? Wow. The whole world out there. Maybe next time I should bring that little stand. Your new scratcher. She's all sideways. Just trying to keep them in her line of vision. But they're gone. We going home, boo-boos. Yeah. Hello, friends. It is now Monday, and I am home from the lake. And as you can tell, I'm a little bit sick. I was absolutely smacked with a cold on Saturday. It slowly came upon me, getting worse and worse in here. And then Saturday night, I think I got maybe 1 hour of sleep total between Freya at the lake just not falling asleep and keeping me up. And then also just being completely unable to fall asleep because I felt so awful. And like I got up at like 5:30, completely was just like, I just need to go to the fucking couch or something to like make sure she stops meowing. But she just kept meowing. And I was like, please shut up. There are other people in this cabin. But apparently my parents didn't hear her at all. So thankfully, that's good. But she was just walking around meowing. It's her first time at the cabin. She did very good. That Saturday was just awful though. The Saturday night, she kept me up. She decided that it was morning and like daytime all night. And I was like, this is great. And I also couldn't sleep because I was so sick. Then that morning, Sunday, yesterday, Mom and Dad went to go get me meds. I sound like a squeaky toy. Oh my God. Which helped because I had so much pressure in my face and in my head from being sick that I needed it so bad. And I needed something to like calm the throat because I felt like I had a fucking chainsaw in my throat. Sunday I did nothing, absolutely fuck all. But Saturday, as I was getting sicker and sicker, I did read about 100 pages of Isle of the Silver Sea, and I decided, I didn't tell you guys this, but I decided to restart that arc because I had gotten like 30-something% of the way through it, and I had not picked it up in so long that I just could not remember what was going on in it. And I said I needed to actually give it like a good go and like actually read it instead of just like putting it down. I restarted the arc and I'm 101 pages through or something. I don't remember how many percentages I'm through. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say hi, sweetness. She also chose to come up here and lay with me, and she's been laying with me for like an hour. And she's being so sweet. I know I sound like a squeaky toy. Beautiful. Beautiful baby. She did so good at the cabin. I'm so proud of her. But yeah, so I'm rereading the beginning of the arc for The Isle in the Silver Sea. And I'm loving it even more this time around, which is crazy because I got 37% of the way through and I liked it a lot the first time anyways. But this time I'm just like, wow, the writing is so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm loving it. Great. Highly recommend it when it comes out in November, I think.
can't get over the way that I sound. I'm so sorry that you have to listen to this. If you haven't clicked off this video, you are a hero. Because I know I wouldn't want to listen to someone who sounds like this. Oh my god. I just haven't spoken to you all weekend. So this vlog is super short. I also have to edit it tonight, but whatever. But yeah, so started rereading The Ark of the Isle in the Silver Sea. Yay. Wonderful. So glad I'm doing that. And I'm gonna make sure that I stay reading it all this week and hopefully finish it this week. I read books without an audiobook in tandem much slower because I find it harder to stay focused without the tandem book, as I read most of my books in tandem anyways, so there's that. And then you remember last weekend when I was bitching about The Maiden and the Monster, or The Maiden and Her Monster by Maddie Martinez? I got approved for the ALC, which is the advanced listening copy. Forgot that I requested that one too. I got approved for it the morning after I DNF'd The Ark of the Maiden and Her Monster, and I was like, well, motherfucker, now what do I do? Because that I also realized the morning after that it is sapphic as well. And immediately upon finding out that it is also sapphic, I wanted to give it another shot because I always want to try sapphic books and actually get to the sapphic part. I want to support them even more, you know, because it's sapphic. And so I told myself after DNFing it, I was like, okay, I'll just wait until it comes out and then I'll try the audiobook and I'll give it another chance. I got approved for the audiobook. So I restarted that arc too. And I am 37% of the way, so I'm exactly where I was when I stopped reading it. And I'm liking it a little more, just a little more. I think what an audiobook does for me is it allows me to get like fully immersed in the story. I don't know, maybe my mood was also wrong when I was picking it up originally. Granted, I still think the characterization of the main character is not great, but having to like listening to this book and getting prose of it and like actually getting a lot of the intricacies of the story through the audiobook that sometimes I miss by just reading it with my eyes, because sometimes I miss a sentence or two or just don't absorb what I'm reading or looking at, right? But when I have the audiobook in my ears and my eyes on the page, I'm actually picking up more than when I'm just reading it, right? I am so much more absorbed. I find myself actually really liking some of the prose a lot. Like, it is definitely hitting the vibe that it is going for, and it is atmospheric, which I love. So I'm giving it another shot. I'm 37% of the way through, and I'm gonna continue this time with the audiobook as well. So thank you to Pam McMillan for the audiobook, and thank you to Tor for the book. So yeah, this weekend was a starting arcs over weekend. And on Friday, before I left, I started reading The Night and the Moth, and I would hold up the library book, but funnily enough, Freya is laying on it, so I can't. I just finished it, and I really enjoyed it, like so much. And that's surprising to me because I read the first of Rachel Gillig's other duology and One Dark Window, and I did not like that book at all. I don't know what it is, but I really did not enjoy that book. It felt so dry to me, and it was not for me. So I was concerned going into this one that it was going to be a similar vibe, and this was just going to be like the nail in the coffin on me and Rachel Gillig. But I really fucking liked this one so much. I really enjoyed the world. I enjoyed the magic. I enjoyed the setting and the characters and the intricacies of the diviners and the gargoyles. Bartholomew. And I really liked the knights as well. She's looking at my camera like, hello, am I the star of the show? Hi, baby. So I really, really enjoyed The Night and the Moth. And I honestly don't know what I was expecting going in, because I knew nothing of the synopsis. I knew literally nothing about what the story was about. All I knew is that there was a knight and a girl. And I knew that it wasn't a sapphic love story, even though I had been fooled for a while in thinking it was a sapphic, like, lady knight situation, because lady knights are coming in big and hot this fall, which I am a big fan of. Hence the Isle of the Silver Sea. I also have the arc for The Second Death of Locke, which is not sapphic novel. It is a lady knight novel though. So I'm into that. I'm very into that. Any lady knights I'm here for. Anyway, so The Night and the Moth, I was like, okay, like, it's not sapphic. I fixed my shit going in. I had very low expectations because it's Rachel Gillig, and I didn't like a previous Rachel Gillig book. But but this one really worked for me. I don't know what it was. I've heard so many mixed opinions on this book where people are like, it's their new obsession, or like, wow, it was so slow and so bad. And a lot of people who did not like Rachel Gillig's other book also don't like this book. So I was like, okay, well, I'm basically guaranteed to not like this then. But I fucking liked it. I really liked it. Oh my God. I thought it was really well plotted. I thought the atmosphere was really cool. And as I said, the world building is really cool too. I wish we got a little bit more about the world, like to make it feel a little bit more real, because all we've really gotten are like a select few places, and not even really like she says, I am the star. Okay, sweetness, go ahead. Go wherever you wish. I don't know, like there's something I love about the world building, and like specifically in the way of like the characters. I'm talking so much I just keep coughing. The characters and their abilities, but like the actual world building and like the gods and their powers and stuff like that. The world building itself of the setting could have used a little bit more, I think. But maybe it was so empty because our main character is like so not familiar with it. I don't know. I just keep coughing every sentence. So I'm gonna stop talking for now. I'm gonna also try and finish The Maiden and Her Monster tonight because I have 3 hours left of the audiobook and it's only 8:30. So I'm gonna try to do that. And then I will tell you how I feel about that one. But I really enjoyed The Night in Her Moth. Also, Freya got off me, so this was great. And I really want a copy for my own personal library, so that's awesome. It's by Orbit, so I might wait until there's a paperback version of it because I like Orbit paperbacks better than their hardcovers, but also their hardcovers are $40, so I don't need to be spending that, but maybe if I find it on Book Outlet or something really cheap, I'll pick it up. But yeah, this was fantastic. I really like this, and I'm so excited to see what the second book goes because that ending, holy shit, Bartholomew. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'll chat to you later. Hello, friends. I almost forgot to finish you. Oops. Hold on, let me turn off my air. And as you can tell from the sound of my voice, I'm not feeling any better. But I'm here. And I did finish The Maiden and Her Monster. And you know what? Opinions on books can be changed. Because I'm glad I picked this back up. And I low-key want a copy of this book. Maybe not like the nice hardcover, but maybe when like the paperback comes out, I'd love to have the paperback on my shelves. Because, okay, Freya's here to debrief with you. Because, let me just say that, I don't know if I can stand you up. Sure, no. Honestly, I'm glad I picked the book back up. Because a lot of my problems with the main character still stand in the beginning. But upon rereading this, and as I said earlier, a lot of, and I also realized that my charger is not actually like connected or charging, so that's fine. We will just fix that. Hold on, because I do need to then edit this clip and get the vlog up for you guys. But I do apologize that it is a shorter vlog than usual. There's packing paper on the ground. I'm so sorry. But the shorter vlog is, 1, because I was at the lake all weekend. 2, I'm very sick. And 3, I guess I just didn't have that much to say this weekend, which is also totally fine. I'm glad. And opinions can change on books. I'm learning this. And I think Friday's video might be inspired by this. I just have to kind of put it together in my head and film it, of course. The Maiden and Her Monster. Originally, also I had tea, so I'm not coughing as much. I just sound ridiculous, so fingers crossed that I stay fine and not cough. I might have just jinxed it, but like, it's fine. Maiden and Her Monster, I keep getting sidetracked. Really enjoyed the writing and the atmosphere of this book. This is not a perfect book. I would definitely recommend it to people who like Ava Reid or who wanted something more from Ava Reid's The Wolf and Her Woodsman, or The Wolf and the Woodsman, not Her Woodsman. I think I would also recommend it to people who enjoy Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nethercott, even though I really did not like that book. I think people will find something in this book that they really enjoy from those, if you enjoy those two things. And I also think if you enjoy a definitely more beautifully written, monstrous, dark folklore and culture-filled fantasy, pick this up. And it's also written by a POC woman, which we love. I believe Maddie Martinez has gotten a lot of hate because she's Jewish and is a person of color, which is apparently to some Jewish people blasphemous, not possible. So she's gotten a lot of hate for that. But I don't know if it was in the description or in some video that I saw or in her dedication, but somewhere it was mentioned that she was inspired by her teachings and learnings growing up from her grandparents. And a lot of her words are their words in here for the stories that were told. The stories that are told in this book are honestly beautiful. We get so much, like that is the shining star of this book, is the beautiful knitting together of culture and story and the world that Maddie is creating, so heavily influenced by Judaism and her faith. So that is wonderful. That is gorgeous. And this is a retelling or reimagining of a famous story, I guess, of like the building of a golem, which I know nothing about, not being Jewish and not having any really insight into that faith. I loved that aspect of this story. I really liked the storytelling aspect, the atmospheric nature of this book, and the drenching of culture in this book, because it is so realized and so full. I still didn't like the character, our main character. I think she was characterized a little weird in the beginning, but I did enjoy her arc by the end. And I liked the story that happened if you take it away. If you just look at the story itself, I like that. I didn't really love the sapphicness of this. It didn't add anything to the story for me anyways. I know I'm gonna be in a minority with this book. I think this is gonna be a very well-loved book, and I do recommend you pick it up if you're at all interested in it. Don't take what I originally said to heart about this book in last weekend's vlog. I don't know what I was in, like maybe it was a weird mood that I was in, or I just needed the audiobook, because I am a person who needs that tandem read. I need to be immersed in a story to really feel it, which is also why I'm having such a hard time getting through my arcs. I get through arcs, like short novella arcs, quite quickly because they're shorter. But even then, if I have a novella that I listen to like in tandem with a read, I can get through it in an hour and a half usually. But if I'm reading it just with my eyes, it takes me a while to get through. Like Annalie Newitz's Automatic Noodle, the arc for that, it took me weeks to get through that arc. And that is not a statement on the book itself. That is a statement on me and my inability to focus without having that tandem read to lock me in, to really immerse me in a story, you know? And I think a story like this one requires that immersement for me. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm having trouble with The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Shuri as well, because it's not an audiobook. I don't have the audiobook to listen to right now because it's not out, obviously, and I didn't request the ALC. So I don't even know if the ALC was on NetGalley to request. I am going to push myself through The Isle in the Silver Sea because I'm so excited about it, and I am really enjoying it. It's just a matter of focus, I think, for me. But with this book, the coughing is back, my friends. I'm so sorry. A lot of the cuts in this video and this part are just me coughing. Because you don't need to hear that. But this book, The Maiden and Her Monster, I think there are some things in the story of it that feel, like the plotting of the story, that feel a little off to me. It's very slow to start, but that lends to the atmosphere. So I don't really know if I can criticize that. The atmosphere of this book is spot on. It's like almost gothic. It's perfectly folklore, fairy tale. If you love books like that, this is going to be right up your alley. It's very dark in some instances, and in the descriptions we get of some of the violence that our main character undergoes and her people undergo, there is a lot of trauma with parental abuse and loss of family members, loved ones, best friends, siblings, etc. Right? There's a lot of darkness in this, but I think it lends well to this slower churning nature of the story. But I will say, some of the dialogue feels so fake, so that kind of bothered me and pulled me out of the story every once in a while. It just feels fake. It feels like it's pushed. And listen, okay, when people are talking to one another, you do not use their names all the time. You do not have a conversation with someone going like, oh, hi, Lydia, how are you doing today? Oh, hi, Jen, I'm doing great. It's nice to see you. Great, Lydia. I would love, you don't constantly say each other's names. You might like to get their attention or to refer to somebody, but you don't constantly go, hi, Lydia, hi, Jen. And that happens in this book a lot. They refer to each other by name a lot, and that was driving me nuts because it's just not natural. That's not a natural dialogue thing, and a lot of the dialogue was like buffed a little to make it sound very florally and fairy tale-esque, which felt fake. So there's that. And I think I didn't love the sapphic nature of this. I don't know if I finished that thought earlier. I can't remember. Because I just didn't really understand the chemistry between the two characters. Because it went from like, I hate you, I want to murder you for what you've done, to actually, I could jump your bones right now, like within a snap. There was no build. There was no chemistry between the characters. There was obvious want and there was obvious tension there, but there wasn't enough, and there wasn't enough of a connection between the two characters. It wasn't like that like natural growth from like this hatred to like learning more things about you, to realizing the truth of the situation, and then like breaking down some like preconceived notions of each other, and then like actually kind of, you know, creating a little bit of a friendship, etc. It didn't have a nice growth to it, in my opinion. It was very just like, I hate you one day, actually I kind of want to kiss your face the next day. It was a little bit more slow burny in like the fruition of the relationship, because there was a lot of like, oh, I made a mistake in kissing you vibes. So if you like a relationship with that level of vibage, you'll like this book. But yeah, I'm glad I did go back to it. The book narrator wasn't like amazing, but she didn't do a bad job. And overall, it was okay. I think it was okay. I gotta run it through Copwell to see what I rate it. But hey, 2 books down in September, and it's only September 1st. What a banging way to start the month. Except for me being sick. Anyways, my friends, next weekend is my birthday. I'm turning 28, which is amazing. So I better be fucking not sick by then. I will rot it. I think this is running its course through me pretty quickly. Just from the way I've been feeling has changed so quickly for the past 3 days. But fingers crossed I'm better by next weekend. So next weekend, my birthday. Amazing. I am terrified to continue reading The Dark Mirror. I literally brought the hardcover with me to the lake and I didn't touch it. I was just focusing on my arcs and stuff. So I need to read The Dark Mirror by Samantha Shannon this week. I need to. And there's a couple other books that I really want to read, like The Haunting of Room 904 by Erica T. Worth, which is the new release from the author of White Horse, which I'm so excited about. She followed me on TikTok, and that's how I found out she had a new book out. I was like, whoa, you have a new book? Let's fucking go. So obviously I picked it up from the library as soon as I could. And then I also have Together We Burn by Isabel Banez, which is a dragon fantasy, an ancient city plagued by dragons. And the last Isabella Banez books I've read were the What the River Knows duology, which I really enjoyed, even though they're not that great. I thought they were so fun. There's lots of things that I want to be reading. My friends are coming over on Saturday, which Saturday is my birthday, September 6th. Oh my God. Yeah. I jinxed myself earlier when I said the coughing was gone. Talking makes it worse. So I'm gonna make this quick. But next weekend, birthday weekend, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.